All right, good evening. I'm Amanda Wilbanks. I am the Chief Academic Officer for ACS. I've got a lot of information to share tonight. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly, so I want you to, as I go through, if something sparks your interest, make a note of that and make sure you visit those classrooms and those tables tonight so you can get more information. All right, there we go. These are all of our academies here at Thompson High School. So we have something for everyone. And as we go through this information, it doesn't matter, like Dr. Hester said, if you're going to a 4-year college, a 2-year college, the workforce, the military, there is something in each of these programs for any of those students. So just because we're talking career academies, please don't think that's not you because you are college bound. It is definitely for all of our students. We have 16 different paths that students can choose here at Thompson High School. There's 10 academies and 16 different pathways. So let's go through those. Our first is the Air Force JROTC. Our instructors like to call this the Leadership Academy because that's what it's all about. A big misconception for this program is that it commits the student to the military. And that's not accurate. You are not committed to the military. You are learning valuable leadership skills. Some careers that students have gone into and may be interested in after JROTC, and this is the Air Force JROTC, are working with large corporations, working with the government, politics, airlines, or yes, the military. I'm going to learn how to use this clicker. All right, courses offered. We do have 3 to 4 years of JROTC classes, and we actually have 5 different classes in our Air Force JROTC that students can choose from. We do encourage our students to do 3 to 4 years in sequence. That gives them an Air Force JROTC certificate of completion. And what does that mean? If you are going into the military, the certificate of completion after 3 to 4 years allows cadets to enlist in any branch of the U.S. military at a higher pay grade. Cadets will have a higher standing than other enlisted personnel, and cadets will be eligible for earlier promotions. So if you are interested in the military, those 3 to 4 years are very, very valuable. If you're not, still valuable for leadership skills. Our next academy is the Business Management and Administration, and this is designed for a wide range of interests. Students can leave here and go straight into an administrative assistant position, entrepreneur, work for the family business, or for a corporation. So it's wide open for student interest. We have 4 classes that culminate, if the student wishes, in a work-based learning, which is the new term for co-op. Students do not have to commit to that. We do have 4 courses, and they can combine it with the work-based learning or co-op. The students do have the opportunity to earn a Microsoft Office specialist in Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, which is great for going into the workforce or having that for college and on their resume. Marketing is our next academy. Sometimes we confuse those with business and marketing, but they are 2 separate academies. Marketing is appealing to those students who want to go into sales, advertising, social media, public relations, retail, or an entrepreneurship. We do have 5 classes that are offered in our marketing pathway, and we do have work-based learning or co-op for those students as well. So you can see there are more classes than years they have here at the high school, so they can combo those classes together. We recommend that BTA is the first class. That's the foundational class that they go into. business software or business software applications, but after that, they can take multiple classes in 1 year, so they can finish out and experience all of them if they so wish. And they can have the opportunity for Microsoft Office, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word certifications in this academy. Education and training. This is for our students who are interested in being K-12 teachers. It might be students who are interested in becoming teaching assistants or teaching adults if they want to go into teaching English to adults, GED classes, or remediation classes. So again, this is wide open for those students who are interested in education. Our pathway is 4 classes, and those classes are taken in sequence. It culminates in an internship in our local Alabaster City schools so that students get to experience elementary and secondary classes, and that helps them narrow down what their interest would be if they do choose to pursue this as a career. Students do get to earn the Praxis 2 Principles of Learning and Teaching, which is what all teachers have to take before they begin their career as an educator. So these students can go ahead and take that Praxis 2 early. Engineering is another one of our academies. This really appeals to 2 branches of students. Those students that want to be a professional engineer in any discipline, or those students that might want to be an engineering technician in any discipline. So you do not have to go to a 4-year school to benefit from our engineering classes. It might be a straight to workforce or 2-year program that you're interested in with our engineering classes. Here's our pathway. We do have 4 classes, and this is a sequence of classes that they'll take one after the other, and it culminates in a career pathway project that the engineering students collaborate with our computer science students on. So the students ask the teachers, other students, the community about a project that they would be interested in them researching and a product that they could make. The students vote on it, and they work together that 4th year, the whole year, on a specific research project. Students will get computer-aided drafting certification, and that will begin in that beginning class of Foundations of Engineering. So they'll get that certification early on so they can use it throughout their career with us in the Engineering Academy. Oops. Industrial maintenance. This is a new program. I hope you've heard about it, but we are offering this program for the first time next year. First off, what is industrial maintenance? Industrial maintenance technicians install, repair, and maintain industrial machinery, typically in a manufacturing facility. We've chosen this program because it is high demand and it's high wage. Just last week I had meetings with industry and community colleges saying that if we had 30 available, they could place 30 the next day in jobs. So we're very excited about this opportunity for our students because this truly will allow some students that want to go directly to work after graduation a unique opportunity to break into a high wage, high demand career. This is a dual enrollment program. It's a 3-year program, and it is free tuition through Jefferson State Community College. So Jefferson State will be on our campus for 3 years with Jeff State instructors teaching these courses to just our students. And a state CTE grant allows that tuition and resources to be free to our students. Students will leave after 3 years with a short certificate in industrial maintenance from Jeff State, which enables them, like I said, to go immediately to work, or they could finish an associate's degree at Jeff State in industrial maintenance, or they could go on and pursue a 4-year degree in technology, engineering, whatever their interest is. Listed here are the top manufacturers in Alabama, and many of these have told us that they are waiting on those industrial maintenance jobs. They do have multiple ones open. This is the pathway for next year. All 9th graders will start in the Foundations of Engineering and Technology course to get that basic information. And then in 10th grade, they can begin their dual enrollment classes. Year 1, semester 1 will be electric circuits. And then in the spring, they will have Intro to Robotics. So it's a semester class in the fall and a semester class in the spring. We will roll out the next 2 years of classes over the next 2 years. And if you're interested in this program, we do have Jeff State with us tonight with lots of information on this program, so go see them. Our Computer Science Academy, and this is geared toward anyone that wants to go into computer or software engineering, programming, computer systems analyst, IT department in companies, schools, and hospitals. Our particular field of expertise here and what we teach our students is networking and database. And this is the pathway. There's a lot of information there, and it's in our course selection guide, but you do start out with 2 required courses, the fundamentals class and then the introduction to Python class. After that, students can customize their specialization courses out of 3 different computer science courses. So they could take them 1 each year, or they could double up any year that they want to in those last few specialization courses. We will be offering Test Out Pro certification to our students, and that really allows them to know and industry to know if they have those basic IT skills that are ready for workforce. Human services. I want to describe human services. That's a broad term for family and consumer science, what you and I may have known as home ec in the past. We have 2 points of focus in human services. The first is our early childhood development and services, and this appeals to students who want to go into pre-K as a teacher, nursery school worker or administrator, maybe a teaching assistant, or child and family social worker. Oh, goodness. We need a certification in how to work the clicker. All right, early childhood development services. This is our pathway on the top there, and it is a 4-year pathway. Everyone starts in family and consumer sciences, and then they go to their specialization courses. Students do earn ServSafe Manager certification, which is valuable, especially if they're working in the pre-K and the nursery school setting. Our second specialization in human services is family services and community studies. And this is for students who are interested in doing mental health counseling, family therapy, substance abuse or behavior counseling, mental health social work, foster care, or working in residential homes. So if they're interested in those helping professions, family services and community studies is the role for them. This is the pathway. It's very similar to the other. It's a 4-year program. Everyone does start in family and consumer science, and then they go into their specialization courses from there. And they are offered the ServSafe Manager certification in this program as well. Health Sciences. This is our largest academy, and as you can see by the number of possible careers that are listed, it's wide open. What you need to know about our Health Sciences Academy is that we have 5 programs. We have patient care technician, emergency services, athletic training, biomedical sciences, and pharmacy. There are multiple pathways. Again, this is in our course selection guide on the ACS or THS website if you want to look at that more closely. I get a lot of questions about why should I go into one or the other. The patient care is for that student that wants to work directly with patients in a hospital or healthcare setting. It does culminate in an internship at Shelby Baptist Medical Center. And the student does get a patient care technician certification opportunity at the end of those 4 years. And that can go straight to work in a hospital or a doctor's office, or they can take it with them to, say, nursing school. Emergency services is for those students who are interested in working as an EMT, and it does culminate in possible dual enrollment emergency services classes that are taught here at THS. Sports medicine has 4 classes, so 4 years of those classes, and the students have the opportunity to work with THS athletes and shadow local sports medicine physicians. Biomedical sciences ends in an internship, and the year after this coming school year, we will have that offered. We do have 3 courses right now offered for those students. And biomedical sciences generally appeals to those students who have a deep interest in medicine or research. We have added additional pharmacy classes this year. Our goal is to produce pharmacy technicians at the end of this year and to offer the certified pharmacy technician exam and certification to those students. And that means students in high school, if you're 17 years old, can go directly to work in a pharmacy as a pharmacy technician and start making money. That could be a career path that the student stays with forever, or it could help them as they advance on to pharmacy school. Our second to final is public safety. And our concentration in public safety is law enforcement. So this academy appeals to those students who want to go into police, law, probation, forensics. And we do have a 4-year pathway for these students. Alabaster Fire Department does offer an internship opportunity, which specifically appeals to some of our law enforcement students, and that's offered to our upperclassmen each year. Okay, TV production. Possible workforce careers, it's broad. Students might work as a broadcaster, a camera operator, editor, writer, set design, lighting, sound engineer. They learn all of those skills in this TV production academy. And I do want to highlight that our TV production students this year won Alabama Journalist of the Year, Broadcast Journalist of the Year, All Alabama Overall Broadcast Award, and 13 individual awards. So that's phenomenal. If you're interested in journalism, this is definitely the academy. We do have 2 required courses that students must take, and then it's all about specialization for those last couple of years. There's multiple classes that they can take each of those final 2 years that will be based on the student's interest and their goals. I don't have the Academy of Craft listed on a slide, but we do have the opportunity for students to participate in the Academy of Craft, which is downtown. They apply for that each year. We do have a set number of seats that students can fill, and those are for students who are interested in building science, welding, HVAC, and electric. I believe they are here tonight if you are interested in speaking with them about those opportunities as well. That's all the information. It's a lot, but I hope you found some things that are interesting to you and you'll go visit tonight and dig a little more deeply. Right now I'm going to, for your Rising 10, 11, 12, release them to go tour. 9th grade, if you'll stay a little bit longer, Ms. Jenkins, the counselor, is going to give you some specific 9th grade information. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. I have had the privilege to speak to your 8th grade students twice in the past couple of days, and I might have just been a new face to them, or they might just be really excited about their future, but they have been so respectful and so engaging in the material I have for them, and I hope it will be helpful for you all tonight. A lot of this stuff, it's facts. It's things from the Alabama State Department of Education and things that we offer here at the high school. I told the students when I walked in on Friday, I was like, who wants to somehow, some way get out of high school? And almost every hand rose. And I was like, well, this is what you need to listen to, because this information is their ticket to a successful adventure after high school. So here are just some of the broad topics I'm going to discuss tonight. It's a lot of information, but like Dr. Wilbanks said, this information all comes out of our curriculum guide, and I've also already pre-recorded this presentation for the students who weren't at school on Friday, and it's on our website if you'd like to go back and rewatch it. So some of the main topics are the registration process that's happening this week, requirements for an Alabama high school diploma, grade point averages and quality points, ACS Diploma Endorsements and Valedictorian, Salutatorian, summer credit advancement opportunities, THS Academies, which I'm not going to go over because Dr. Wilbanks just did a fantastic job, and then how to finish up the course selection sheet. Your students all should have brought home the actual piece of paper that they are selecting their classes on, so I'll briefly go over that as well. So the registration process in a whole is happening very quickly. Friday, they received the course selection sheet. Today, they came and previewed the high school, and then here we are right now. I have encouraged them on Tuesday and Wednesday to have really meaningful conversations with both you and their teachers on appropriate courses for them next year. So please sit down and talk about that course selection sheet, talk about what's really appropriate for them in the years to come. And then on Thursday or Friday, we're going to be at the middle school both days. All 4 grade level counselors, we're traveling to the middle school, and we are going to be in science classes at TMS to help your students complete this process, and they're going to be putting it into Power School. So I told all the rising freshmen today, it just depends on which day we come on who their teacher is. So if we're all ready by Thursday, everybody will have it done. If we come to their class on Friday, they'll just be extra prepared. So make sure that y'all just try to aim at making this sheet happen and be completed by Thursday. Here are the requirements for receiving an Alabama high school diploma. I told your students on Friday, credits might be a new term to them. So really, you can just think about this in years, of school years. So you need 4 credits of English, 4 credits of social studies, 4 credits of science, and 4 credits of math. That's the easy part in my eyes. It gets a little confusing when we start talking about electives, but really this in the core is so important. I'm a former math teacher. It's so important. But the electives are really fun and what our students really love to engage in. So they have to have 1 credit of beginning kinesiology. 8th graders, we've been practicing saying this word, haven't we? It's a fancy word for what? PE, that's right. So you do have to have 1 year or 1 credit of beginning kinesiology. Now it's important to know that there are several courses that substitute in for PE. Most athletic sports count as that PE credit or beginning kinesiology credit. ROTC, dance, the actual dance class with our academy, or the dance company, and then also being in band, but band you have to be in it for 2 years to count as your beginning kinesiology credit, and that also goes the same for visual ensemble. So dance team, majorette, color guard, that's 2 years and it will count as your beginning kinesiology credit. You do have to have 1/2 credit of health, so that's a semester of health. You might also talk to some of our academy teachers tonight and realize our health science academies have a year-long class that has health embedded into it. So we actually have 2 options, the year-long Foundations of Health Science and a semester health class. Your student also has to receive 1 credit of career preparedness. Now this is the credit that's kind of fun because most of the time our students will receive this credit almost without you noticing it. All of our foundations classes that go with our academies, we split career prep up into 2 semesters, career prep A and career prep B. And we have embedded those career prep A standards into foundations classes. So your students are taking the classes that are interesting to them, but also getting the credits they need to graduate. Career Prep B is embedded into economics during their senior year. Your student also has to have 3, we call them here at the high school CFA, and it does not stand for Chick-fil-A, but it does stand for Career Tech, Foreign Language, or Fine Arts. So the State Department says they have to have 3 credits of a combination of those. It's so important to know that it does not have to be one of each. It could be 3 foreign languages, or 3 fine arts, or 1 of each. It could be 2 of one and 1 of the other. It just has to be a combination of those 3 types of electives. And then you'll notice that that doesn't all equal up to 24. We do have to earn 24 credits to graduate, so the 2.5 additional credits are credits that don't fall into any of those categories. For example, driver's ed might be one of those credits. We talked about the importance of GPA with 8th graders on Friday and today. They had some peer helpers that were leading their groups, and those peer helpers told them of examples of how GPA has affected them so far in high school. So right now, you have a way to have a fresh start with the GPA. So GPAs are grade point averages. Colleges look at them, workforces might look at them, armies look at them. So it's really important to make sure that your GPA stays the highest that you can possibly maintain it. So if you're looking, there's a way to get GPA bumps. A letter grade in a standard class of A would be a 4.0, and then you see honors classes have a 1.0 bump to a 5.0. AP classes have a 5.5 GPA for an A, and then dual enrollment classes have a 4.75. It is important for you to know that dual enrollment classes are all semester classes. So while an AP class is a year long and they are earning a 5.5, dual enrollment is 1 semester in which they could possibly take for a whole year, which would average out not as close to a 5.5 as AP, but very, very close if you include all of their schedule in that GPA. I do want to briefly talk about the difference of AP and dual enrollment, and I know that these are just freshmen and they aren't going to take dual enrollment yet, but it's important for you to know the difference. So I'll make it very brief, and then we have teachers outside that can help you go through this even further, or I will answer more questions down front if you have further questions. But really the big difference is they both could potentially give your student college credit. AP, you have to pass a test at the end of the year by the AP College Board that determines what score you get on that AP exam and whether your college will offer it. AP is more widely accepted throughout the United States. Dual enrollment is a college class. You are taking and paying college tuition, and there's not necessarily a test at the end of the semester to determine if you earn college credit. If you pass the class, you earn that college credit. Just keep in mind, if you're moving out of the state of Alabama for college, be careful to know if the college you're going to will accept that credit. That's a lot of money to spend on a credit that's not going to transfer out of state. Here are endorsements that we offer. So all of our students who graduate receive the Alabama High School Diploma. This is specific to ACS. We have 2 different endorsements: the Advanced Academic Endorsement and the Advanced Academic Endorsement with Honors. So let me go over the first one over here on your left. This is the Academic Endorsement. They have to meet all of the requirements I talked about a couple of slides over. Then they also have to get 1 foreign language credit. They have to take Algebra 2 with Statistics Honors. They have to take 2 semesters of AP or dual enrollment, and they must earn 26 credits. So remember, Alabama just says you have to earn 24, but to get this, you have to earn 26. Going over to the endorsement with honors, same thing. They still have to get all of the things that the Alabama State Department says that they have to earn, except for they have to earn 2 foreign language credits in the same language. So Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2. American Sign Language 1, American Sign Language 2. It cannot be 2 separate languages. It has to be consecutive languages. They have to take 1 higher math. They have to take chemistry, 6 semesters of AP or dual enrollment. They must maintain a GPA of 3.2. They must earn 26 credits. Now, if your student is interested in being a valedictorian or a salutatorian, they must meet all of these requirements. That we look at the list first of who has this, and then we look at GPAs to determine whether they will be a valedictorian or a salutatorian. Moving on to a little bit more about vals and sals. So to be considered a valedictorian, you again have to receive the endorsement with honors. The top valedictorian is the person in the class of, what are y'all? 2026? 2026, so whoever has the highest GPA will be the top valedictorian. However, any student that has all of the endorsement requirements on the previous slide and a GPA of 4.0 or above will be considered a valedictorian. Salutatorian has a GPA of 3.8000 to a 3.9999. Summer credit advancement. Graduating high school earlier has become a very popular trend. Some of our students want to take classes over the summer. So we do offer that opportunity for our students. Some want to do it to graduate early, and some want to do it because they want to take 3 art classes. The intentions behind them all differs. These numbers are based on last summer. The information for this summer has not yet been released. It will be released later this spring. So just keep in mind that this information is based off last year. To take a full class, 1 whole credit, the cost is $175, $88 for a half credit class. Keep in mind if it's an AP or a foreign language class, it does cost a little bit more, about $330. The format is online through Edgenuity. Some of y'all are very familiar with Edgenuity. And then the registration takes place the week after we get out of school. I'm not going over the academies. You can go visit them. They're at the booth. They're really nice. All right, the course selection sheet. This is what it looks like. At the top, please sign your student's course selection sheet, just letting us know that you're in agreement with what they have selected. And then at the top, they will write their top 7 courses. Remember, 4 of those are core and 3 electives. If your student selects a semester course, please help them remember that they need another semester course to go with it. Semesters are half of a year, so to make 1 whole year, you need 2 semester classes. Then, if you'll look at the very far right side, please make sure they list 3 alternates. We have to use alternates oftentimes for our 9th graders. Okay, so if we are not able to offer them the class that they want, whether it's due to class size or a conflict in their schedule, if they're in a lot of different band and football and something else, sometimes there's just a conflict in schedule, we will look at the alternates. So please make sure that they have alternates listed. I don't want to choose them, and y'all know your students way better than we do. So please make sure alternates are listed. We have asked the teachers to initial beside their recommendation for your students' classes. So here are the 4 core classes in the options. I told your students today, the core is the easiest to pick. It has the least amount of options. So you'll just go over which one is best for you and your student. And then remember, you'll write it at the top of the sheet as well. I have extras of these here tonight if you all need one. And then again, this is the electives to choose from. So they'll have 4 core, 3 electives, and then 3 alternates. So like I said, this ends on Friday. However, I know this happened really quickly. It was 1 week. So after we're done with this whole process, we'll have what's called course verification. And that's a time where you all will be able to make any changes. We'll send out an email saying, hey, this is what you and your student selected. Are there any changes you want to make? And at that point, you'll be able to make changes. However, once that closes, in order to make a change, we do have to get administrative approval, and it will be a charge of $50 to change it. This is what we base everything on for the next year, so we need to make sure it stays as closely to the same as it was once course verification ends. Here is my contact information. I'm going to stay down towards the front in here to answer any questions you might have. Miss Miles, the senior counselor, is also able to answer any questions, so we can start 2 lines. Everyone else, please look for ambassadors out in the hallways. They're dressed in all black. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them to help you get where you're going, and we will dismiss you all to go check out the academies. Thank you.